How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to our journey over here in Elm Creek, guys. So today we are starting off over here at Nick's workshop, where we are here to collect our Fiat tractor, which he has given a nice new coat of paint, guys. So this thing is turning out to be a pretty nifty looking tractor again, just with a little bit of touch-up paint here and there. So he actually managed to get the color match spot on. So yeah, this thing is looking a whole lot better. So this thing just literally came out of the wash bay, so it's still a little bit wet. And also the roller over here, guys, he actually managed to get this thing painted up again, so it's looking a whole lot better again. And I noticed our new car haul trailer is a little bit shorter than the old one that we sold to Nick. But it's fine, we managed to get the roller on there somewhat, so it's kind of going to work, hopefully. So we just got to be careful with it. So as you guys can see, Nick is putting our old car hauler to use over here. He's going to be dropping off Mrs. Miller's Ford Mustang today. So that is why it is loaded on the back of our trailer here. Or our old trailer, rather. Let me just rephrase that. So yeah, things are looking pretty good for us, guys. We are going to be doing another job as well today, which is actually this field over there. I can actually see the equipment from here that we're going to be using. It's going to be a carrot field, or something like that. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure exactly what is happening there, but we'll find out once we get round to it. And then, as you guys can see, Nick has got a couple of other projects. He's got a big old semi-truck over there. It needs a little bit of work, and he's got this very cool Chevy C60, I think. Yeah, it's like a, yeah, they call it a Viking. So yeah, he's got this grain lorry on here, which is gonna be his next project he's working on. And then I see he's also got some projects over there which he has finished with. So yeah, Nick is doing pretty well here, guys. So he recently branched out a little bit and started doing more farm equipment. So which is great for us as well, because we are going to be, you know, obviously going to require his services further down the line as our equipment needs maintenance and maybe even if they break down. So yeah, it's pretty good that we managed to get Nick to do a little bit of work on tractors and farm equipment. So yeah, that is pretty good, guys. So first things first, we need to go over to the Clever Motors dealership, which is just around the corner from here, because we are going to be picking up our bale spear. Yeah, brand spanking new bale spear, guys. So I mentioned in the last episode that we are going to see if we can compare prices to, you know, between a bale wrapper and, well, a wrapped bale grabber and also a bale spike. So turns out the bale grabber is actually almost double the price of a bale spear, and I really can't justify, you know, grabbing a bale grabber instead of a bale spear. So we are going to be picking this up probably. I think this is ours. Yeah, it's I think it's labeled there Funcle 88. So yeah, we are ready to collect this thing. I just gotta find Jeff quickly. I think he's probably inside somewhere. And then we will get that thing loaded onto the back of our truck here. And then we're gonna head back to the farm, guys. So yeah, I think things are gonna work out in the end. Alrighty, and there we go. The bale spear is loaded onto our Chevy C30 truck. And I think we are ready to hit the road back to the farm now, guys. So yeah, there's another thing happening with our log cabin today. So the guys told me that they are ready to start putting the doors and the windows in. So yeah, I managed to strike quite a nice deal with the Carpentry. If you guys recall, we did a couple of deliveries for Mr. Noah Sawmill back in the day over there. And those guys actually produce all sorts of things there. And I think the doors and windows are actually one of the things that we're going to be able to get from them. So I managed to strike a little bit of a deal. We are going to be helping them out with a little bit of a delivery today, and they are going to be giving us 3 pallets of what they would call flat pack furniture and such, which also consists of doors and windows and stuff for our log cabin, which is great. So yeah, we definitely managed to do that quite well with them, you know, arranging everything. So our guys are here on site. They are busy with the log cabin again. I think they are ready for the doors and windows today, so we're gonna go and pick that up for them over at the Carpentry. So that'll probably be the next thing that we do once we get everything dropped off over here. Alright, so yeah, look at that. Our log cabin is definitely taking shape. So quite happy about that, guys, because it's getting a little bit uncomfortable staying in the caravan, and you know, just don't have the comfort of, you know, indoor plumbing and such. So there we are back at our farm, and I think I probably need to get this thing off first of all. So let's just see if we can, yeah, maybe disconnect the pallet fork over here on our skid steer and just bring it over. So I kind of did a little bit of rearranging, sorting out the equipment a little bit, and we've got a little spot here for the Fiat tractor. So I think we are going to be hanging onto the Fiat tractor for now, but I don't know if we really need 2 tractors, because I can obviously just drive one at a time. So I might be getting rid of the Fiat tractor pretty soon, but we'll see. As for the roller, I actually got a buyer for this already, guys, so we'll see where we're going to put that. I might put it there over by the pallets, because yeah, our car trailer goes there, and then maybe the roller can just sit here in front of these pallets, because we've actually got a full pallet of wool as well, which is great. So I just decided we're going to be stockpiling the wool as well, and also the strawberries. As you can see, there are now 2 pallets over here, so that is great. We are definitely getting to grips with stockpiling the stuff a bit, guys. And I've got some more news, guys. Yeah, we've got a lot of news actually. So the sheep, our black sheep actually had some offspring, and we now have a total of 18 sheep in here. So we've got 3 black sheep and also 3 other white sheep were born, guys. So that is epic, which means our wool production is going to be sped up just a little bit more, which is awesome. So yeah, they pretty soon will be finishing this bale, and then we're going to have to start feeding them the little square bales, which I don't know if I showed you guys this before, but in our shed over here, there we go. I actually stacked the old hay bales very neatly that we had, and I actually forgot to mention, you guys, we did just got a message on my phone. Alright, well, we'll check that out a little bit later. But okay, so yeah, we've got ourselves quite a bit of hay bales over there for the sheep, and yeah, we actually sold a full truckload of hay the other day, which I actually forgot to mention to you guys. We got almost 5 grand for that, which was not bad at all. So yeah, but okay, enough babbling on. Let me see if I can get this forklift, well, fork attacher from, well, removed from our skid steer over here, guys. Alright, so there we go. That is sorted. So we've got our pallet fork disconnected from the skid steer, and now we're going to see if we can hook up to the bale spear, which I think will be probably the next thing that we are going to need in order to pick up our silage bales once they are turned into silage. Alright, let me see if I can figure this thing out and see if we can get it off of the truck here. Yeah, there we go. That is looking pretty good, guys. So this is actually pretty simple, hooking up this thing. So let's just hop back in here and get this thing parked up. Alright, so yeah, as I said, we're just going to leave this thing hooked up to our skid steer, because we are going to need this in order to load the bales here pretty soon. But I think they will probably take a little time to ferment still. So we're not going to be rushing this. Make sure that our grass has turned into silage properly over there, guys. So I think it's going to take probably a couple more episodes before those are going to be ready to be dropped off. But I think that is going to be our pretty decent moneymaker here, guys, on the farm, apart from the wool and the strawberries. So hopefully things will work out. So what I think we need to do next is need to see if I can manage this roller and get it into the shed, and also get our tractor off the trailer here. So let's get these ramps out. It's going to be a little bit tricky with the roller hanging off the side here, but I'm sure I'll manage. So let's see if I can figure this out. Alright, well, there we go, guys. So I managed to get the roller off the trailer with the tractor, and it's actually a very hard thing to manage this, guys. This thing just wants to go all sorts of directions. So yeah, we're just going to leave it right there. And then we are going to be parking our Fiat tractor in its designated spot over here that I have prepared for it. Hopefully it's going to fit. So let's just back it up right over here. Just make sure we don't hit the shed over there. Alright. And there we are. And we still got a relatively full pallet of bale wrap over there. Alright, and we can turn it off, and there we go. So now we've got our two tractors here side by side. Just look at the difference. The old Fiat tractor versus the bigger case tractor. Although I think this is also still considered a small tractor. So yeah, just turns out we've got a larger small tractor, guys, which is great. Alright, let me get these ramps stuck back into the trailer and see if we can back it up into its spot over there, so that we can hit the road over to the carpentry. Let's go and pick up the materials for the guys over there, which are busy with our log cabin. Alright, I think that should do. So we've got the ramps back into the trailer, and now let's just hop into our truck and see if I can back this thing up. So yeah, fortunately the visibility is actually not that bad, so we should be able to get this thing pulled into its spot over there. We just gotta more or less straighten it up. Definitely getting a whole lot of practice reversing with this big old trailer of ours. Alright, so yeah, I don't know if this is gonna go too well, but gonna just have to try our best here. Alright, let's try this again. And that is gonna go the wrong way. Alright, can't really see exactly where this thing is, but I think we've got it. There we are. Okay, that's getting there. Ooh, that is very close. Alright, let's go a bit more forward. Right hand down. There we go. Alright, and just back it up right there. There we are. Alright. Yeah, it's every time it's a little bit of a struggle to do this, but I think we can probably go back a little bit more. Yeah, we got about a meter or so to go. Or a couple of inches. I don't know. Yeah, well, let's just see if we can get it a little bit closer to the wall back there. And I think that is it. Alright, let's disconnect it and see how we did. Alrighty guys, so there she is. I don't think it's the best parking job, but we managed to get it disconnected nonetheless. Alright, so as I said guys, we need to hit the road over to the carpentry next. Gonna go and pick up our 3 pallets of what they call flat pack furniture, but there are also some doors and windows in there. And we also need to run a little bit of a delivery for them first of all over to the wholesale dealer. So they told me that yeah, the box truck is already loaded. And yeah, there's another thing that we did guys over the weekend. So managed to track down a company who had some second-hand bridges, and we had a bridge put up here. I think it's going to make it a little bit easier from now on for us to cross this little, you know, river that we are gonna get here when it starts raining again, running down here. So yeah, that's gonna just help us get in and out of the yard a little bit easier from that side, so which is great. I paid a total of $3,000 for that bridge, so yeah, I'm actually not too, yeah, I think it's a worthy investment, let's just call it that. Alright, but I will catch up to you guys over at the carpentry, so let's hit the road. Alright, so here we are over at the carpentry guys, and I need to speak to a guy named Keith over here. So Keith is the owner slash manager of the place, and just hear what he wants us to do today. So I think looks like, yeah, okay, so there are 3 separate pallets over here, so I think these are the ones that he's giving us free of charge. So yeah, Keith and I actually managed to strike quite a decent deal, so I'm going to be helping them with the delivery. See, they've got this big old box truck. It looks like what is this? Is this a Mack truck? No, I don't think it's a Mack. It's a it's a Freightliner. Okay, yeah, Freightliner box truck, all loaded up with pallets of furniture going somewhere. So let's quickly go inside and see if we can find Keith, and then hopefully they will also load the pallets of furniture for us over there, which will be great. I don't know where. Yeah, we probably need to go in at the front door. Alright, well folks, there we go. So they loaded the pallets of furniture for us, and Keith said we can leave the truck right over here. It shouldn't be in the way. And yeah, as for the box truck here, apparently this garage door, well, it's like a roller door at the back of the truck that is electronically operated from the inside. So we just gotta hop into the truck. Yeah, let's just get that steering wheel down. Alright, that looks good. Alright, then we're gonna just close up the gate. I think it's that button over there. I can hear stuff happening back there. Alright, let's just make sure this thing is closed, because I don't want to go ahead and lose any of this. Alright, no, I think we are good. So guys, let's hit the road over to the wholesale place. I think they call it the wholesale, I don't know. It's kind of like a place where you can pick up all sorts of building materials and stuff. So these guys are suppliers of that. So just gonna take it nice and easy with this big old Freightliner lorry of theirs, and see if we can go and drop off this, well, cargo, I guess. So let's go. Alright guys, well, we made it over to the wholesale dealer, and we are going to just probably try and not tip the lorry here, because yeah, this is a little bit of a weird driveway of theirs. So I just need to pop inside real quick and hear where they want us to take the truck so they can get it offloaded. It's probably going to be around here somewhere, so I'm not too sure. So let's quickly figure this out and see if we can get everything dropped off. Alright guys, it has been a couple of hours, more or less, and we managed to drop off all of the pallets of furniture that the carpentry asked us to do. So guys, this took us quite a lot of time actually, but in the end the truck is now empty, and we are ready to hit the road back to the carpentry so that we can go and drop off this truck. And then we need to get to our field, which is the sowing field. So I still need to find out from them what exactly needs to be sewed there. So alright, well, I might just check the email as well. Maybe they will let us know in there what's happening on the field. But okay, let's jump into this truck guys. We're gonna fire it up again. Let's just close up that roller door back there. You can just hear stuff happening back there again. So I think we are good. So the truck is empty, so we don't have to worry about losing anything. But let's hit the road back to the carpentry once again. Alright, well, it looks clear, and if it isn't, they also got brakes. So here we go. Let's just make our way over there guys, and I'll catch up to you once we get there. Alright, and we are back at the carpentry guys. So yeah, this big old Freightliner lorry actually does the job pretty well. So yeah, alright, well, I'm going to quickly give the keys back to Keith, and then we are going to hit the road with our Chevy C30 so that we can go and sort out this sowing field guys. And I'm also going to check the email real quick and see what we need to do over there. We also need to go and drop off the furniture, well, those pallets, over at the guys by the log cabin. So let me get this sorted and then we will hit the road again. Alrighty guys, there we go. We are ready to hit the road back to our farm. So Keith was very happy with our assistance today. It was a lot of manual labor, you know, unloading all of the boxes from the pallets over at the wholesale dealer, but it is job done at least. And we got ourselves 3 pallets free of charge from here, so that is awesome. So I think we're gonna probably take this turn over here, and we are gonna be driving past Grandma's house again. So I'll just maybe take it a little bit slow and just show you guys quickly what has changed there. So I think the grass started growing where we had our backyard again, so things are starting to look a little bit more natural there again. And with the removal of the greenhouse and also the sheep pen, everything kind of looks a little bit different here. So you are coming up to Grandma's house, and there's her car and her little trailer. Yeah, although she doesn't really need the trailer much anymore, but yeah, it's a good thing to have sometimes if people aren't able to collect all of the stuff in time. But yeah, it looks a little bit bare over here, but yeah, Grandma's doing pretty well. I'm sure she will also come and help us, you know, make the house a home once our log cabin is up. So that is going to be something that can hopefully be sorted out in the next couple of days. So we'll see. It all depends on how quickly these guys can get the log cabin put up. Alright, let's quickly take the gap. Put our foot to the floor. Yeah, this old Chevy C30 gets up and goes, guys. Over this old 454 cubic inch Chevy engine. Yeah, let's not go too crazy here. We don't want to end up getting speed fines right in front of our farm. But alright, here we are. Back at the farm, and now I probably need to head over to the yard to get the little skid steer with the forklift. Unless, yeah, I think we can probably just offload the boxes from the pallets. So let's go straight over here. Make sure we don't run into these guys' truck. I actually did run into them the other day a little bit, but yeah, they didn't worry about it. They said it's an old truck. Alright, so here we are. Let's just quickly give these guys the pallets and help them offload it. It's probably going to take a hot minute to do this as well. So I'll bring you guys back up to speed once we sorted this all out. Good morning, guys. Well, it's almost afternoon. Alright, and just like that, guys, we gave them all of the pallets of furniture and they are very happy. Now they can at least continue with their work. Alright, so now we are ready to head over to this field where, yeah, I actually did check the email. We are supposed to sow some parsnips on that field for them. So hopefully we're going to be able to do this. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but we are going to be using our own tractor. They are only supplying us with the implement, the vegetable sower or planter as they call it. So we are going to be jumping into our case tractor and heading over there. I think the case would be the better tractor for the job. Although I think the Fiat would also be able to do the job, but I think let's just go ahead and take the case, because then we know at least we can get it sorted. So I'll catch up to you guys when we are over at the field in question. Field number 77 apparently. Alrighty guys, so we are over at the field and I see that the planter is here already set up for us, so we just need to get this thing hooked up real quick and then we can get onto the field. So let's see if I can figure this thing out again. Alright, well, so there we go. That is looking good. So we've got the vegetable planter hooked up to our case tractor, and I actually was a little bit worried that it was going to pop a wheelie, but it doesn't look like it. So yeah, we might actually look for a weight for our tractor which we can put at the front for, you know, in these cases where we're going to be trying to maneuver some heavier equipment at the back of our tractor. But I think so far everything seems to be doing well as it is. So fortunately this thing isn't too heavy. They also gave us some extra seeds here, guys, in case we run out. So yeah, it's quite a big field, so I don't know how long this is going to take us, but we are going to try our best. So let's jump into our old case tractor here and start getting this thing unfolded. So yeah, yet again, this is not a very big planter, but it should get the job done eventually. So we're going to line up over here on the field. I just want to back up this way. Alright, there we go. And I did bring the drone with, so we are going to be giving you guys a little bit of drone footage again. So yeah, I think this is where we are going to tell you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy.
In the morning, sun's barely up, coffee's still hot in my favorite cup. Walking the fields as the dew starts to fade, thinking about all of the rounds to be made. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. That's how we grow. The old Massey Ferguson needs a good run. Grass fields are calling, work's never done. Baler's been cranky since early last June, but she'll get it done by this afternoon. Got grease on my hands, dirt on my boots, in tune with the engine's familiar roots. These machines got stories, every dent shows years of experience in perfect rows. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. Some folks don't understand what we do, but this ain't just work, it's who we are, it's true. Every season brings its own kind of grace, and I wouldn't trade this for any other place. John Deere's waiting for its evening clean, been running smooth, keeping that paint shining green. Tomorrow we'll do this all over again. This life ain't easy, but I'm where I've been meant to be. Hey, dust and diesel in my clothes, working this land is all that I know. From the first morning light till the stars start to show, just me and these fields and the seeds that we sow. That's how we grow. Sunrise breaking through the pines, radio's humming, hearts aligned. Truck bed loaded, bags all packed. Nothing but the open road, never looking back. Faded jeans and worn out boots. Highway sings its joyful roots. Wind in our hair, smile so wide. With every mile we taste the ride. Wheels on the gravel, stories unfold. Every town we pass, worth its weight in gold. Tunes on the radio, spirits are high. Chasing that horizon under the big sky. Old diner stops, coffee's hot. Simple joys, they're all we've got. Hometown stars in the night so dark. Love in our hearts, lighting up a spark. In the signs and winding roads, life's a journey God only knows. Tunes and dreams steer our course, strong as the engine, powered by the force. Wheels on the gravel, stories unfold. Every town we pass, worth its weight in gold. Tunes on the radio, spirits are high. Chasing that horizon under the big sky. Wheels on the gravel, stories unfold. Every town we pass, worth its weight in gold. Tunes on the radio, spirits are high. Chasing that horizon under the big sky.
Alrighty folks, there we go. That is job done. So we managed to do the whole field with the seeds that were actually in the planter. So it turns out we didn't need to refill at all, but that is great. It ended up getting done quite fast in that sense, you know, that we didn't have to come back to refill. So I think this went pretty well, and they should be happy with our work here today. So we are going to be submitting the drone footage to them so that they can make the payment for us a little bit later on. So guys, that is all in a day's work. We managed to do quite a few things, and hopefully pretty soon our log cabin would be done so that we can start moving in and getting ourselves settled in. So yeah, things went pretty well so far on our little farm, guys, and pretty soon I'm also going to be having a look at getting the chicken coop set up. So it all depends on money, because we are currently running a little bit low on money, but I'm pretty sure once we can get our silage sold, that is going to give us a nice bit of cash injection. So I think we did pretty well, and guys, I think it's also time for us to end today's episode. It has been quite a bit of an adventurous one, so thank you all so much for tuning in once again. I really appreciate every view, every like. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I will appreciate it very much. So yes, until the next time, cheerio.